be out in this if it is, if it's just to get out. You should be at home, safe with your family. Don't be out in this. This isn't safe for anybody, except for people who absolutely have to be. Do I think some of these tractors need to be driving? No, I do not. I think they need to be parked. I understand too, they got a job to do too, but really only medical professionals, emergency services, your police, fire, those people who are going to work need to be out. In your day-to-day operations, people like gas attendants and convenience store employees. Sometimes I really don't think people should be going to Walmart in this, but you have to go if you have to go. So I guess they have to go to work too, but really, you shouldn't be out in this if you can help it. It's not really a safe situation. They're saying that tonight we are expecting more snow, starting around 7 to 8, going all the way until 4, 5 in the morning. We're expecting another 8 inches of snow, potentially. 4 to 8. I don't know if we're still in that target zone for 15 to 16 or 8 to 16 anymore. I think we're just in that target range to get 8 inches. I think the snow didn't do exactly what they had planned whenever they had originally forecasted. Overall, I think that we're doing pretty darn good for that situation. But thank you for joining me on this drive to work. Guys are safe and warm tonight. Stay in your house if you can. I don't want to see you in the ER. Which is where I'm going. Oh man. Here we go. Can't look at that. It's kind of pretty. We're going to slow down as we go into this construction area. Roads really aren't as bad as it could be. They are doing a good job about staying off and only putting out what they need to. Now tomorrow I really think they'll start cleaning them the way that they normally do. But that's only because that's when the storm should end. It's tomorrow afternoon. So probably by the time I go back into work tomorrow, it's not going to be as bad. I have not seen any wrecks, which makes me very happy. I have seen some pretty nasty wrecks in the past driving this route and when we've had our past snowstorms. So it is pretty good to not see any wrecks going this route. Doesn't mean they haven't happened, but I'm just happy to see that we have clear roads. I haven't really seen any cars on the sides, which is what I typically see is them in the ditches. So we're doing pretty good. And this is the part I was talking about where they're having construction going on. It's pretty big, with it being a tighter space. And you're really going to see it when we have the concrete barrier up. That's what makes me more nervous than anything, is if there was ice. This area right here is what would make me nervous. Because, and in fact, I'm going to slow down a little. intersection and it being a tight, narrow space, you really only have so much room. So when you get in areas like this, you really should slow down. I am missing my warm coffee though. But you never know. Maybe Monday they'll be open again. I don't think they're going to be back in service tomorrow. Roads. But I really will slow down going through this area just because of how dangerous it can be. But the roads really aren't bad. No ice. Just snow so far. Of course, I haven't really hit the brake to test that, but I'm not going to test it if I don't have to. I am really ready for them to finish this construction on this stretch, but I think they've got another year on the project. They started last summer, I think it was, and they probably won't be done all the way till next summer, around this time. And they're just working on one side. They did pretty quick. They worked pretty quick on the other side. They already have it ready to start placing concrete, which is great. I'm ready for them to be done to start doing that. That's really nice when they start laying it, and they go fairly quickly. Temperatures have to work with them though. Precipitation still coming down. Not coming down like it will later. Again, I think they said between 8 and midnight is whenever it'll really pick up, and then going into the morning, the AM, like 1 AM to 4 is when we'll get most of our snow, I think, from what I understand. Of course, that might be getting updated now, and I haven't had a chance to look at the radar again since. Other people driving. That's why you need to stay home, because you are running a risk when you get out. You're running the risk that you may be the best driver you, I think if you're having to get out in this kind of weather, make sure you have a good coat. Make sure that you have your blankets, your hot hands, your different things to keep you warm. Make sure you have some water. Make sure, slow down here. They didn't really plow that very well. Not that they, might just be that it's piling up, because it is coming down a little bit more over here. Where was I? Make sure you have your blanket, at least. Make sure you have some water, something you can munch on, eat. Make sure you have some kind of light. Probably something that blinks is preferred, because if you do go off the road, you're going to want to have something that can indicate that you're in the car. I think we might get around this gentleman or person. Let's see how the road handles. That will determine whether this is a good idea or not. Big thing, I think, whenever you're driving in this stuff, is some movement. Everything has to be slow and steady. If you're going to commit to changing lanes or doing something, you can't have a second, to, oh crap, I can't do that. You got to commit to it. Because if you do sudden corrections, typically where people mess up on this, and then also sudden stops. So that's also why you don't really want to go super quick on the road. So if you're not comfortable driving in this, don't go quick, go slow. Let us pass you. That's just my suggestion. I might be wrong, and somebody will correct me, I know. That's alright, correct me. I'm actually making good time. I'm making my normal time towards Muskogee right now. However, I think I go a little quicker some of this too. 6:11, that's not bad. It is 6:11 on Saturday, January 24th. 2026. And we have a snowstorm. I honestly was thinking we wouldn't get one. The way the weather was going, this is kind of a freak storm based Muskogee than they were. It's either snow or sleet. It sounds more like sleet right now. And so, yeah, I definitely think it's sleet. Here we go. Careful. There we go. Slow down. Like I was saying, sudden movements. And also, if you're going too fast, you gotta know that once you commit to something, you're committed. You're committed to that ditch once you commit to going too quick. So, be careful. We're going into that concrete wall. We don't want that either. Alright, let's slow down here. Anytime you're going to get off the turnpike or get off the highway going in this stuff, you definitely want to slow yourself down. See how 69 is. Since this is a hospital route, I'm curious if they went ahead and plowed it. Hoping they did. Brakes, it's really not bad. But if there was ice on this, I would be sliding. And I have been sliding before whenever I come into town. I normally will allow myself to continue going in this yielding spot. But since we have so much ice and things right now, well, I probably should have just kept going. Alright. Yeah, I think that I messed up there. Yep, but we're going. We found our get up and go. Good. Right. So, forgot about that. It's been a minute since I've had to drive in the snow. I don't like about this car is I miss the buttons to turn off your traction control and off and on, and that way you can kick it into first gear and try to get some traction. The problem is this car, it's a little bit harder to do that. You kind of have to go through some menus. Technology's nice, but sometimes you need to be able to disable technology in order to drive like you need to. Oh, they've done good on this road. Impressed. I might go live on YouTube and see what that's like. I don't know how my sound is right now. If it's bad, I'm sorry. Hope it's good. Might invest in some things if I was to do this again. Never thought about it. Just wanted to do it because it seemed like it would be fun. Been a while since I posted a video to YouTube. I used to post all the time back whenever I was younger. But it was silly things. Things we grew when we were younger. Man. Back whenever I was a youth group. watching. Hope that you guys stay safe and have a wonderful night.